So, good morning, everyone, and welcome. My name is Suzanne Machin-Altenried, and I'm a Diaspora Social Work academic now, but I was a social worker for 12 years in children and families. And it's my pleasure to welcome everyone here online, but also those who can be here with us in person from far away and also from here in the UK. So I welcome you to the first conference that the Buzzword Diaspora Special Interest Group is organising, and it's Diaspora Dialogues, celebrating social workers on the move. So I welcome you, and I just wanted to kind of say that in terms of housekeeping, there's no emergency, fire alarm planned, so if you want to go out and to your left, but that's also where you find the toilets. We will be here in this room mainly, but we also have 2 other rooms, but for the other workshops, which we will then lead you when you need to go there. And so this morning, I will now hand over to Duke and Priya for the formal welcome.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Priya David. I'm the co-chair of the Diaspora Special Interest Group. And standing alongside me, Duke, you want to come over? He's standing away from me. It's my co-chair, Duke Tran. Okay, we extend a warm welcome to each and every one of you. Whether you're here in person or joining us online, welcome to our first ever conference celebrating the invaluable contribution of diaspora or overseas social workers here in the UK. Today is a momentous occasion for us, and we are deeply honored to have in our midst esteemed speakers such as Tricia Pereira, Director of Social Care National Workforce Development and Skills for Care, Mira Spillett, founder of the Black and Asian Leadership Initiative and the Staff College, Dr. Prospera Tandem, Dr. Yohai Hackett, our 2 expert social care educators in anti-oppressive and culturally sensitive social work. We also welcome delegates from different social work associations, the Social Work Union, recruitment agencies who are here, diaspora social workers, students, and esteemed social work leaders who have joined us today. Before we dive into the rich tapestry of discussions and insights awaiting us today, allow me to shed a little light on the essence of diaspora social workers and the journey that has brought us together today. So who are diaspora social workers? We are social workers who have been qualified outside the UK, as well as those social workers hailing from diaspora communities here in the UK. We represent the vibrant diversity and global reach of the social work profession, bridging borders and cultures. Out of the 122,000 plus registered social workers in UK, approximately 10% or 22,000 and more are qualified abroad. Now, Social Work England notes a staggering 170% increase in overseas applications from countries like India, South Africa, and Zimbabwe. And with England facing a 20% vacancy rate, rising to 30% in Welsh councils, this remains, there continues to remain an urgent need for increased recruitment from overseas. That's a vital contribution and diverse talent brought in by our overseas social workers continues to enrich our social care sector, enabling social care to meet the multicultural needs of the most vulnerable in UK. However, despite all the invaluable contributions, many of our diaspora social workers, especially our new recruits, face significant challenges. They are subjected to high disciplinary action, discrimination and racism in their workplace. And for those who have settled here, progression is a big hurdle faced by glass ceiling. The recent Skills for Care report that came out last week, kind of underscores these challenges and highlights the need for concerted action to address systemic inequalities within our profession. So it is again, it's against this backdrop that the Baswa Diaspora SIG emerged. The seeds of this initiative were sown within the Baswa International Committee, where I had the privilege of serving, and our journey began with the group of like-minded people listening. Sorry about that. I don't know what's happening. A technical error there. Okay, so our journey began with a group of like-minded people listening to the voices of overseas social workers through surveys and direct contact. And what has been revealed is the induction and the lack of management support for overseas social workers are among the most challenging aspects for many. But here is where it gets exciting. The BASWA Diaspora SIG is not about acknowledging, these challenges. We want to take action. We are committed to action and tangible change. Since being established in June 2021, we've been relentlessly advocating for better support and recognition of diaspora social workers. Our first effort was lobbying with the Department of Health and Social Care to include social workers in the code of practice for the international recruitment of health and social care. And our talk led to our first win. The revised code in August 2022 now includes overseas social workers. This is a major step forward for ethical and transparent recruitment. And building on this momentum, we are proud to say we went on to craft the best practice guidance for social workers recruitment and induction. And our efforts culminated in a moment of pride in May 2023 with the unveiling of this collaborative masterpiece. You'll hear more about it in this conference. And it's co-created by overseas social workers and passionate advocates. We aimed to guarantee a smooth onboarding process for all our overseas social workers. This resource transcends mere documentation, friends. We see it as a roadmap, empowering employers to cultivate supportive, inclusive environments for all diaspora social workers. The SIG remains steadfast in advocacy for diaspora social workers, ensuring they receive the recognition and support they deserve in our field. As I pass on the microphone to my colleague, I'm reminded of the profound words of Margaret Mead, the esteemed American cultural anthropologist. She said, "Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that has. So let's harness our passion and expertise to uplift every voice, break down barriers, and build a future where every social worker, regardless of their background, can succeed in UK. I believe that together we can make a lasting difference." Thank you.
Thank you, Priya. I would like to start with a joke. How long does it take a social worker to change a light bulb? Anyone? Believe it or not, it's only 10 seconds. But then remember, you have to do the case notes and write up the assessment report, which takes you 3 hours. But just in case you're concerned, don't worry, my talk won't take 3 hours. I'm the co-chair of the Diaspora Special Interest Group and co-chair of the Equity, Diversity and Inclusion Advisory Group within the British Association of Social Workers. And I would have to say, to acknowledge our Muslim colleagues during this time, I wish you Ramadan Mubarak. This conference title is Diaspora Dialogues, Social Workers on the Move. It's a befitting theme which reflects the many journeys that are made every year by hundreds of social workers who have decided to move to the UK to live and work. Each journey spans a narrative of adaptation, resilience, and transformation, which forms part of a richer social fabric of change that demands a dedicated platform for dialogue and development. The idea for this conference emerged from my own personal experience over the past 22 years of working with many diaspora social workers who have given their service with dedication and professionalism whilst learning to survive in this country. I have met social workers who have sold everything so that they can afford to apply for registration and purchase a flight here. I've met those who have worked as carers whilst waiting for their qualifications to be recognised. I've met those who flee persecution to work here as social workers so that they can have the liberty and freedom that we all deserve. and I have still met people who are making a difference despite the high cost of accommodation and expenses. These challenges continues to be experienced by many diaspora social workers across the UK. Yet, their contributions are not always acknowledged, less their personal struggles, which often went unseen or unheard. So it has been remarkable to see how many colleagues have overcome personal and professional adversity in what can be described as an increasingly hostile political, social, and economic environment. I am so pleased to see that many colleagues have settled in their careers, and some have progressed into management positions, supporting their staff while continuing to make a difference to the lives of the people and the communities they serve. At conference today, we can dispel the negative rhetoric, acknowledge the invisible, and shine a light on the challenges and successes of our diaspora social work community. The Diaspora Special Interest Group aims to advocate for the voice and interests of diaspora social workers, promote best practice standards for the recruitment and retention of diaspora social workers, and promote the development of support networks. This conference will help us to achieve these aims and more. With your support, we will continue to work with our colleagues in BASWA, with SWU, and sector partners to advocate for diaspora social workers and to influence policy and practice in the profession. In a world that is increasingly interconnected and at times divisive, this conference would be a testament to the strength found in diversity and the power of collective action to shape a better future for all. I hope you will enjoy the conference as much as I will, and be engaged, be informed, and be inspired by our wonderful speakers and panelists. Welcome to conference.
Thank you very much, Priya and Duke. I will be taking you through the programme this morning, and what I forgot to say for those online is if you want to, during the talks, make sure that you switch off your mic or your camera if you want to. If your camera's on, you are on the big screen behind us, and also to remind you that we are recording this conference for training. So I am now going to lead us through the programme, and our first point is the acknowledgement of the Chief Social Work Officers who have got recordings, have done recordings for us. So just to introduce the three speakers that we're going to hear in a minute is, first of all, we're going to have Iona Colvin, who's the Chief Social Work Officer for Scotland. And in her post, Iona is the lead official on advising minister and policy teams with an interest of social work services and practices. And she's a strong human rights, she has a strong human rights focus and social work values that are reflected in her policy decision making. That is for Scotland. We will then hear from Albert Heaney, who's the Chief Social Work Officer for Wales, and he's acting as a strong voice for everyone working in the social care sector and providing impartial and informed advice to Welsh ministers. And he's supporting innovative and social work values models of service delivery and promoting improvement and reforms in social care, as well as supporting wellbeing and development for social care workers. And then we will also hear from Jason Brandon, who's the Interim Chief Social Work Officer for Adults and Mental Health in England, with similar responsibilities. And over to, we start with Iona.
Okay, so I'm Iona Colvin. I'm the Chief Social Work Advisor for the Scottish Government. So in Scotland, I work with ministers in the government, but also with the sector to look at solutions to the current challenges that we face within social work and social care. And as you will know, colleagues, there are many. Post-pandemic has seen a challenge, not only because we lost many people in the workforce who felt that they needed to leave after the pandemic, and we lost a lot of experience then, but also because as people come out of the pandemic 3 years on, we are clear that there has been a significant impact on those people that we support. So in Scotland, we're working together with our partners to look at how we develop a new approach, which includes the development and the implementation of a national social work agency, a partnership approach across government and local government, and with Social Work Scotland and with the Scottish Association of Social Workers to support social workers in their practice, to think about the skills and the supervision and support that social workers require in order to be able to continue to do the great job that they do in supporting some of the most vulnerable people in Scotland. So today I just wanted to record my thanks to all social workers working together in Scotland to do the best that they can in a very difficult situation, and particularly to those social workers from the diaspora who have come to join the workforce to help us to bring new skills, new knowledge and a new perspective to help us solve the solutions that we currently have. I hope you have a good day at the conference, colleagues. Thank you. Bye.
Dyma gyfler ar ddyrchforg I gydnabod rôl hanfynol ein gweithwyr cymdeithasol. What a wonderful opportunity this is to recognise the vital role our social workers have in society and to praise the work they do to empower communities and individuals across Wales. Whatever the challenges individuals and their families are facing, social workers remain compassionate, considerate, and committed. You improve the lives of the people you support by building trusting relationships, promoting independence, and providing support and protection. Whilst we have made a collective commitment to improving the lives of those we support, we also need to collectively address some of the challenges the sector is currently facing. Matters such as recruitment, retention, and the well-being of our social workers are undoubtedly on my radar as Chief Social Care Officer for Wales. As a former social worker myself, I know only too well that you will face moments in your careers that challenge you both emotionally and professionally. But I also understand that social work is such a fulfilling career, giving you the opportunity to work with people of all ages and helping them to physical, mental, and emotional well-being. If you're just starting out in your career in social care, my advice to you is be curious, be a good listener, and cherish the opportunities to build relationships. Thank you once again for all your excellent work and for being there at a time in a person's life when they need care and support. Diolch yn fawr am eich gwaith caled.
Social worker for England, and I know that you are in the middle of or about to start the BASWA Diaspora Social Work Conference, Social Workers on the Move. And I'd like to start by thanking you for everything that you're doing. We welcome social work from international recruits across England, and you make an invaluable contribution to all of the work across the country. And if I were with you, I think I would be really keen to understand and explore your experience in terms of the organisational support that you've received, certainly in respect of your orientation, your induction, the supervision that you receive, the day-to-day guidance and understanding about your role within your various places of work that you have arrived to practice social work. I'd also be really interested to understand how you're being supported with your continuous professional development. Many of you will come with a vast amount of experience and knowledge practicing social work, And I'd really like to understand how you're being enabled to put that into practice and to grow and develop as social work leaders within your various places of work. And I'd also really like to understand how you're being supported to bring some check and challenge to social work practice across England, because I know that you will come with a shared value base from your respective origins of practice and education and training. And I think that there's a tremendous amount of added value that you bring. So I would urge you to speak up and to speak loud, and I would urge you to feel valued, because we're really grateful for all of your expertise and contribution for everything that you do. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I look forward to hearing about the outputs in due course. Have a great day. All the best.